Hello viewers, this is me, TheRevDev, back with another beginner's guide to Roblox scripting. And in the last video, you might have remembered that we did part properties. So basically, in any part, you could edit the properties using scripts. And if you watched the bonus part of it, you might have saw that we made our own little falling part that became bigger, changed colour and fell down. And yesterday you might have heard me saying that I should be using variables, and that's what exactly we're going to be doing today. So first off, what is a variable? A variable is just basically, I can just say like a store, so you can store anything you want. So it can store strings, it can store integers / floats, it can store booleans. So first off, I'm going to show you how you can make your own variable. So we're going to insert a script into the workspace. So get your script up. So we're going to be doing variables. Now remember when I said in my printing video, anything in quotations is a string. So we're going to be storing this into a string. So we're going to be using printing as well. So let's say I want to print the specific word. Print, I don't know, I like scripting. Right, I can do that. Cool. Run. Output, it'll say I like scripting. But let's say I want to make it look nicer, I can store it to a variable. So to start any variable, we're going to type local. Now what do you think local means? You might be thinking maybe that's how you store variables. No, what local means, it means the script will reach to it faster than any other code. So so like, if you were to add local, the script can actually reach to it faster than any other script. So you can put them all further down. It's fast, but it's not as fast for you to notice. So it's a really good habit to start using local when you're making your own variables. Now after the word local, you can name your variable. And the good part is you can name it whatever you want. You can call it hello, I don't know, my variable, poo, I don't know. So this way you can call it anything. So let's say I'm gonna call it, my first variable. So it can be anything you want, but I'm gonna call it my first variable. So that is already a variable. Then you use space and enter, and now you got to store it to something. So I said I wanted to store it to a string. So what I'd press Shift and 2. Or if you're using the American keyboard, Shift and @ So now, in the string, we put anything we want in there. So I said I wanted to put I like scripting. So let's put I like scripting. And there you go. This word, I like scripting, has now been stored to a variable right here. Right here. So if you run it, nothing will happen. Because we stored the variable, but we haven't done anything with it. So let's say I wanted to print it out. Instead of we do print, but instead of doing print I like scripting, instead what we're going to write, without quotations, my first variable. There's no quotations here. Without the quotations, if you print out, look what happens. You print I like scripting. If you just put quotes here, for example, it literally print my first variable. But without the quotes, what you're doing, this has been stored to the word I like scripting. So you're basically printing out what this is. And this is equal to I like scripting. So this will print out to that. So that's pretty neat. So, and I know you're asking, do you need this local part? And no, you do not need that local part. You can literally just write my first variable, and it'll still print out. But the thing is, it's not going to be as fast for the script to reach it. And it also organizes your scripts. So yeah, so that's pretty nice. And also with variables, a little rule, you can't put numbers in it. Let's say I call my variable 2. That won't work. So if I was to print the number 2, it would give me an error. So if I want to write 2, I can do this. 2. Now if I was to print 2, it'll literally print I like scripting. So a little reminder there. But you can put numbers after, like this. That doesn't matter, but you can't start with numbers or the script will get absolutely confused. So you can store it to variables, but you can also store it to integers. So you can do local integer to 50, and obviously I can print integer, and I'll get 50. Remember booleans? You can also do booleans. Print boolean is equal to true. If I was to print boolean, it will print true. That's pretty good. Now, so what we're going to do, you can actually do addition with variables as well. Remember my tutorial, my printing tutorial, like you can do 100 plus 50, right? And it'll print out 150, right? You can use it with variables. Watch. Let's do local, add 1 is equal to 100. Obviously you can call this anything you want. You can call this, 100, or you can call it, your mum or whatever. But we're gonna call it add 1. And what I can do, and then we're gonna do another one. Local add 2 is equal to 50. So if we print them out separately, like this, we'll get 100 and then 50 afterwards. But you can do addition with it. So instead of writing 100 plus 50, you can write add 1 plus add 2. And if we run this code, it will print 150. So that's the really good thing with variables. Because if you have a big amount of the script, let's say you're doing, let's just say reload time. Let's say you're making a gun. You're making reload time. Let's say your reload time will be like 3 seconds. If you're gonna, you have a bunch of code, and so it's a bunch of code here, more than 12 lines, maybe like 50 or 60 lines. And let's say you're saying like print. You want to print, reload time plus, let's say, ammo. You can do reload time plus ammo, which you don't really need to do this, but I'm giving an example here. Obviously, going to print out 13. This is obviously simple, because let's say it's 13. I can change ammo to 8 and reload time to 4, and look what would happen. It'll print out 12 instead. Without a script, obviously this doesn't matter, but let's say you got a bunch of lines of code, and you wanted to print out, let's say, 8 plus 4. Let's say, if I was going to print out 12 as well, but let's say I had a bunch of other code here. So I've got a bunch of code here. And let's say it's somewhere in the middle as well, so it's not just down there. It could be like, there's more code down here. So obviously, it's good. You're gonna have to find it, and then you have to change, and it's gonna be annoying. But if you do it with a variable, you usually put your variables at the top of the whole line. So obviously, you can just change your variable up here. So let's say ammo was 4. I can also change it to 3 or whatever. That was a bad example, but I think you should get what I'm talking about. So remember last video when we made the part change size? So if I quickly get it, I didn't save it, but we obviously did game.workspace.part .anchored is equal to true, and then we did like wait 3 seconds. I'm going to rewrite this. Okay, I'm back. Just sped that up. Remember, we made a script that looked like this. So we made a script that increased the size, changed color, and fell down like that. Right, that's what we did last time, and I said it looks pretty messy. Game.workspace, and it's gonna take so long to write. So instead of doing all this, let's drop a few lines, store this all to a variable. Local my part, or anything you want, is equal to game.workspace.part. See, we stored this into a variable, and what we can do is change my part dot anchored is equal to true, my part dot size, my part dot color, and with the anchored my part is equal to false. Now if we run it, we stored all that to a variable, and it does the same thing. It changes size, changes color, and it falls down. Oh, what's going on? Part is not valid member of part. What the hell? Oh! Sorry. Right, I made a mistake because I wrote part twice. You remember that, okay, guys? Oh, that's a fake laugh. Okay, so remember, it goes bigger, changes color, and falls down. Like that. And the thing is, it's more neater as well. It's more shorter code. And that's what I like. It's better to have nice and cleaner code. And let's say, oh, wait a second, I don't want this part. Let's say I wanted to make, let's say I wanted something like a cylinder. Yeah, I wanted the cylinder instead. So what I can do is, I don't want this part to change. I want the cylinder to change. So let's call this, you know, just like tube. I want this tube to change. So if you're going to change it, all you have to do is go in the script and change it to tube. And if we do that, we click run. Look, it's going to change size, going to change color, and it's going to fall down like that. But this part, nothing happened to it. That's because we're defining the tube, not the actual part. If you did game.workspace.part every single time and you want to change it to the tube, you have to go game.workspace.tube, game.workspace.tube, and you have to keep on changing it. And if obviously, if you've got more script code than this, it's going to take so long. So this is why I use variables, so you can actually change it to whatever you want. Which, yeah. Right. This is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know what I should do for next video, but next video will probably be about if statements. So that'll be really fun. If statements. It'll be a nice short video learning how to use if statements. And that video will use variables as well. So if you are still confused on variables or anything about it, please comment what part you're having problems with. Now re-explain it as many times as you want. I'm here to teach you guys, and you literally, if you're confused, that is perfectly fine. I was confused at first. I can explain it as many times over and over again until you get it, 'cause I want you guys to succeed and be really good scripters like me. But yeah, guys, this is the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Comment, like, subscribe, and turn on the bells when turn on the bell so you do not miss any of these videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.